The light was off. The air stale. Only the first shafts of light from the coming dawn illuminating the horrific scene. A carnage of discarded alcohol bottles, a slew of hastily ripped-off clothes, and at the centre of the room, mounted on the table, wearing nothing but underpants, was the violently snoring shape of 3 humans, contorted into a position only the devil himself would consider holy. And the thing is, it's not the first time I've walked in on the question setters like that. If the HR department could take firmer action this time, I'd be grateful. Yours, Victoria. Must get back to writing the novel next week. Joining me this evening, on my right, Mark Solomons, a freelance journalist who hates peas. Naomi Solomons, who recently performed in a quantum mechanics-themed pantomime. And their captain, Harry Solomons, a design student who came 3rd in a Japanese-speaking language competition without speaking Japanese. United by their DNA, they are the Solomons family. Harry, you sadly didn't win your last match. Did you bicker about any questions after the game? Is that the kind of thing your family rows about?
Pretty much, yeah. Naomi had been revising currencies on the train here, and then that came up on the wall. And, of course, that's one of the groups we didn't spot.
Did they blame you for anything at all?
No, I didn't let them, I don't think.
Excellent. Well, good luck this evening. This time you are facing on my left. Sunt Siva, a community support worker who was part of a national youth choir that sang at the Royal Albert Hall. Rebecca Brown, an HR assistant who makes dresses for herself and her friends. And their captain, Sarah Holy, a head of marketing who once gave Hugh Dennis a toilet-shaped USB. United by their vim for volunteering, they are the Volunteers. Sarah, I thought you had a really good night in your quiz, but unfortunately you came up against one of our highest ever scoring teams. Certainly it was a record for round 1 of this competition. But what do you look back on proudly? What was a question you were really pleased with?
I think in the wall when Becca got the Ohio link. Yeah, proud of her for that.
Well, good luck this evening. Sadly, one of you 2 teams must go home. Let's see who that is by playing the quiz. Solomon's family. You've won the toss, but you've decided to throw your opponents in first. So, Volunteers, please volunteer for a question.
Lion, please.
Lion will be your first question. It's the music question, I'm afraid. You'll be hearing your clues. What do they have in common? Here's the first.
National anthem somewhere? Anything? Just go on. Next.
Glad to see you. I had a funny dream and you were wearing funny shoes.
Next.
When she walks by, she brightens up the
Let's go. Next. Well, this is for M&S.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, but isn't it M&S?
Yeah.
So everyone
Do
play.
you want to go for birds? Do you want to go for birds of prey?
Yeah.
We'll try birds of prey.
I think I'll take that answer. I mean, they're all birds, and I guess if you're eaten by them, you consider them birds of prey. I mean, it's not necessarily... I wouldn't be frightened of them. Tell me what you recognised.
Just albatross.
Oh, that was the only one?
Yes.
You didn't know the first clue?
No.
The thieving magpie, the Rossini, I'm a cuckoo at clue 2, and Pretty Flamingo by Manfred Mann. Very well quizzed. Solomon's family, what would you like?
Can we have the Eye of Horus, please?
Yes, you can. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
OK, so it might be a word one. Next, please. Beat and
Shallow,
sadness.
joy, something goes in the middle. Step.
Next, please. Boulder and bap. Rock, roll?
Oh, yeah.
Rock and roll. So are they all rhythm and blues? So they're all musical.
Okay.
Are these all synonyms for musical genres?
Yes, they are. Very well spotted. Let's bring up all the clues. Tell me what musical genres we're thinking of.
So beat and sadness is rhythm and blues, we think. Boulder and bap is rock and roll.
Yep.
Cowboy and country and western.
Country and western for the 4th one. And canister and deep, I'm not quite sure on.
We struggled for quite some time to come up with a synonym for drum. Drum and bass is what we thought. Oil canister it was for a while. And cylinder, but we thought it might have gone the wrong way. But canister and deep. Drum and bass. Back to you, Volunteers, for a choice.
Water, please.
Water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Comedian.
Comedian. Nationality?
English.
English.
Carry on.
Next.
Oh, big presenter to Blue Peter.
Yeah, Blue Peter. Well, he didn't.
Surely he hasn't. No, Tariq.
What, he married?
No, Charlie Brooker's.
Do you want another one?
Yeah.
Do you want-
yeah,
Next.
let's go on. The other half are pointless.
So do you think they... Do you want to get another one? Next. So they're famous,
Other halves.
like...
So, but they've only done 3 out of 4 Blue Peter presenters from that era. So maybe Stuart will have a partner.
What do you want me to say?
2 seconds.
Other halves are double-acts.
So they're like part of a famous presenting lineup. So
I
like
need to hear something specific.
No, the chat shows.
Not specific enough, I'm afraid. Solomon's Family, you've got a chance for a bonus point.
Have they all got partners called Richard?
They are part of
come
presenting
on.
partnerships with a Richard. Stuart Lee and Richard Herring, of course, presented Fist of Fun. Tell me about clue 2.
Bacon.
Richard Bacon. They were the other presenters at the time his Blue Peter career ended. Judy Finnegan with her husband, Richard Madeley, of course, and Alexander Armstrong presented Pointless with the successful author Richard Osman. Not anymore. Now he only does the celebrity shows because the books just did too well. He was too busy and he sold the film rights and he's just got too much to do, and I am happy for him. All presented with a Richard. Very well done. You get the bonus and your own question. What's it to be?
Can we have the Horned Viper, please?
Yes, you can. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Okay, Journey, Athletic Morris. Next, please.
Gold medalist in the Olympics was Pi.
Pi.
I can't remember the first name.
Are they the youngest gold medalist?
He
maybe?
might be, actually.
Should we see another one, just to be
Yeah,
sure?
go on
Okay.
then.
Next, please.
No idea.
Now, oh. No, I don't know. Probably need to see another one. Next, please. Vol.
Probably, though. I think that might
Oh,
be.
there might not be names, it's probably a word one.
Yeah, vowels.
Oh, no, that's what she was in.
Tense. Oh, Nelson is a move in wrestling. No, I don't.
2 seconds.
Volley.
They're all the names that start a term in that sport.
Again, I must press you for something specific.
Oh, you can have halves of that, and it's half of the word. So you can have a half marathon, and a half Nelson, and a half volley.
There you go. It is half of something that is a half itself in that sport. So you can have a half marathon in athletics, half, do you know in skateboarding?
Pipe.
Half pipe, exactly so. Half pipe, half Nelson in wrestling, and half volley in tennis. Volunteers, what would you like?
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted facts. What connects these clues? Here's the first.
That'd be anything. Next. Words added to clarify quotation. Is there a word for that? Words added to clarify. Do you know what that means? Next. HTML. So what's HTML?
HTML tags come in.
The arrows.
Yeah, pointy brackets.
So things that come in like pairs.
So words to clarify quotation, are they in certain types of brackets?
The speech marks. I don't know. Like
To clarify.
Should I get another one?
Yeah.
Next. Word lengths equals.
They come in
They're in
all-
brackets.
so they're always
There's
different types
always,
of brackets.
there's always a
Yeah.
different,
Yeah, different forms of brackets.
yeah, different types of brackets.
They're things you would find in different sorts of bracket. Exactly so. Tell me about those brackets.
So word lengths in crossword clues are in sort of conventional brackets.
Ordinary brackets. So in the clues, the lengths of the different words are at the
Yeah.
end, yes?
HTML tags are, I don't know the word for them, the point arrows, left and right arrows.
OK, yes, sort of pointy brackets.
Yeah. Words added to clarify quotation,
I don't
lay in the
know.
square.
They tend to be square
Yeah,
brackets.
and
So
sets of curly.
if a quotation wouldn't make sense by itself, that's what I told the Prime Minister,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And sets would come in
Curly brackets.
curly brackets or braces. Exactly so. Solomon's Family, back to you for the last question. The 2 reads, what do these pictures have in common? Here's the first.
Okay, so they do champagne, right?
Could it be DOP or whatever, like the
DOP.
region it has to come?
Okay, should we try another one?
Yeah.
Next, please. It's a hairline.
That's Ray Reardon's hair.
Oh, is it widow's peak? Is it something to do with widows or peaks? Which
Verve
one?
means old. It might mean widow.
Oh, should we go for widows?
Go on then.
Yeah, let's go for it. Widows.
Your dad said go on then, and he was right. Good gamble. 3 points for coming in after 2 clues. Let's have a look at all of the clues. What are we looking at?
That's a widow's peak in the second clue.
And I think you knew, Mark, whose widow's peak it is.
That's Ray Reardon.
It is, of course, the great Ray Reardon, the snooker player.
Widow Twanky.
Widow Twanky,
Black
the
Widow.
pantomime
Was that
character.
forced Black Widow.
Black Widow Spider. And clue 1?
Verve, I think, means widow.
Yeah.
It does, because it was literally Madame Clicquot, after her husband died, took over the champagne business, and she was La Veuve Clicquot. In a quantum mechanics-themed pantomime, do you get a dame?
We had Mrs. Sagan. I think that's the dame. Yeah.
Was it a pantomime, or was it just a play about quantum physics?
It was definitely a pantomime. The quantum physics was,
Oh, no, it
was
wasn't.
minimal. It's behind you and in front of you at the same time. Yes.
I wish I'd seen it.
No, you don't.
All widows. Well done. And that means, at the end of round 1, the volunteers have 2 points, the Solomon's family have 7. Sequences time. This is round 2, and volunteers, you'll be going first again. What's it to be?
Lion, please.
Lion. OK, you'll be seeing the first in a series of clues. What comes forth? Time starts now.
OK, goat, greatest of all time, but it's an arrow, so next.
Oh. Goat right, left is nothing.
Goat, right. Nothing left. Oh, anything? What's a baby goat? Oh. Do you want to get another?
Yes.
Next. Wolf or cabbage? What?
This is the river crossing puzzle, how to solve it.
Oh, OK, so
yeah,
what's next?
You have a goat, you have a wolf, you have a cabbage.
You've got 9 seconds.
Wolf or cabbage, so something's got
Something
to
goes
come back.
left,
So
yes.
what's going to come back? If you've took the goat.
The goat, take the goat back.
2 seconds.
So a left pointing arrow and goat.
Yes, it is. Well done. I was looking forward to you doing this riddle in real time. Talk us through it, please, son.
You have 3 things, presumably a goat, a wolf and a cabbage. And you need to get them over to the other side of a river. If you leave the goat with the wolf eats the goat. If you leave the cabbage with the goat eats the cabbage. So you need to devise an optimum strategy for taking all 3 things over to the other side without any one thing consuming another.
Exactly so. So the only way to get them safely across the river is if you take the goat across, come back with an empty boat, then take the wolf or the cabbage across and bring the goat back, because then you're never leaving the 2 dangerous things alone. Solomon's family, what would you like?
Can we have the Eye of Horus, please?
Yes, you can. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
We're going to need another one. Could be purebred, but I don't know. Next, please. Yeah, I'm not sure. You can add an A. Oh, you can add an A to get bread. You can add a B to get limbs. It was something you add a D to get a different.
Okay.
Or do you want to see another one to be sure?
D.
Let's.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very specific.
Yeah, let's see another one. Next, please. And then you can add a C to get another word. So
Okay, yes, so you added D.
D2. So
Band and ban.
yeah. Ban.
And why would that be?
Because if you add a letter D to it, you get another word.
Oh, they need to be homophones.
This is a tricky one. I feel I was reasonably lenient with your opponents on the bird of prey, so I'm going to take your answer because it is a sequence. Ideally, the letter you're adding would remain silent, as you say, Naomi, it would be a homophone. We've got perno. But given that perno by itself isn't really a word, and perhaps some people would pronounce band without the D, I'll take it because I'm missing A, B, C, and then D is the sequence. So, no more Ms. Nice Guy. Next time either of you gets near it, it'll be a no. For now, well done. Volunteers, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. What would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Next. Do you know who that is? No, it's going well. Next. Any ideas who that is? Or is that Harry Houdini?
It's Houdini, yeah.
So I'm going with it's HH.
Yeah, could be.
I. Just, I've got nothing else.
Yeah.
So what?
Huh? Oh, we've got
Do we know
So
what?
we're gonna have
Harry
this.
Houdini.
Yeah, do we know what?
No.
Can you make up a fake name? Ivan.
I haven't got anything else.
2 seconds.
Oh, someone with the initials II.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Solomon's family, do you know?
A picture of Dick Van Dyke.
Sadly, no. Why would that be?
So I think Willy, Willy, Harry, Dick is a rhyme about kings of England.
Tell me who were the first 4 Norman kings of England.
I'm going to get this wrong, but William I, William II, Henry I, not sure about the fourth.
Richard.
Stephen, unfortunately. I am so sorry. The rhyme goes Willie, Willie, Harry, Steve. Harry, Dick, John, Harry 3. 1, 2, 3, Ned's Richard 2. Harry's 4, 5, 6, then who? I won't go on. It is that mnemonic for remembering kings, but it is Steve or Steve we went with, the film director Steve McQueen. I'm not sure if you know Ray Reardon just from the top of his head, you're going to know Willie Thorne, aren't you? And who is that at clue 1?
Is that Willie Nelson?
Yes, it is. And at clue 3?
Harry Houdini.
Harry Houdini, of course. We needed a Steve or a Steve for that line of succession. So no bonus, but you may have your own question. What's it to be?
Can we have the twisted flax, please?
Yes, you can. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
That's cool. Okay. Next, please.
My left foot.
Or our school, my left foot, I don't know. Next, please. So, dear Everhampton. So, something school, my left foot, my dear. Something, my dear. I don't know what the fourth would be.
Oh, my dear. What's school? Play, my dear. What's the word? That's
Yeah.
Play school?
It could be
No,
anything.
don't
Like,
know.
our school is a film, so.
Okay.
But on my house,
2 seconds.
Lady.
Fair lady.
Does not work with the sequence, I'm afraid. So a bonus chance for you now, volunteers.
Everyone's talking, I'm being told.
That doesn't work with it either. You're thinking along the right lines. Something goes before all of these to make up a phrase, and what we are thinking you can put before school is elementary. Elementary, my dear Watson. So we want something that can go after Watson, for example, and Crick. Volunteers, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. And what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Antagonist in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah, next. It's a literary one.
I'd need another one.
Yeah, I need another one.
Next. Oh, I've not no
Are these
idea on Lord
places?
of the
Or are
Rings.
these people?
I don't know.
Can you tell me something
I
Lord
do
of the
know a
Rings
little
you
bit
to
of Lord of the
say?
Rings that well.
Do you know any of the words in those novels that I can say? Are they places or people? I don't know
I
any
think
people.
someone's a person. Isildur is a person.
People.
isn't it?
Are they all people? So what do you want me to say?
I honestly don't know.
I know you would be, but...
Gandalf.
Not it, I'm afraid. Solomon's family, do you know?
We'll take a guess with Bilbo Baggins.
No. I'm reliably informed that Bilbo Baggins would come in a couple of clues' time. I wanted to hear Smeagol, otherwise known as
Gollum.
Gollum. There you go. What is this sequence?
I've no idea.
That's right, it's holders of the one true ring. How have we got 6 only connectors in this studio, none of whom know the sequence holders of the one true ring?
My friends are going to kill me. That's
Yes.
going to be really bad.
Well, don't worry, I've distracted them by saying one true ring, and I bet that phrase is wrong. People are writing letters as we speak. So you don't get the bonus Solomon's is, but you do get the last question. The Horned Viper, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
So that's Tim Berners-Lee, www. Next, please. So it's www.ww1, ww2, and then ww3. Should we see another one?
Yeah.
Next, please.
Oh, that's
I,
W-I-I.
so that will get replaced by I, so it'll be third, I.
Yeah.
So, the third.
That would do. And why?
So it's 3 letters that are switching back to front from W's to I's. So www, wwi, the we, and then I.
Something represented by I, for example, 3 or third in Roman numerals. Well done. That means at the end of round 2, the volunteers have 4 points, the Solomons family have 11. Tick-tock, it's connecting wall o'clock. Solomons family, you get to choose this time. Would you like lion or water?
Can we have the lion wall, please?
Yes, you can. 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall, starting now.
Okay, is Calvados alcoholic?
Yeah, it's a British apple brandy. Tequila's alcoholic.
Tequila, Sambuca,
Okay.
and Dwarf, maybe? No.
Musical instruments, balalaika, lyre, viola, and I think zither.
So the stringed instruments specifically, aren't they? Any more? Slivovitz is top of wine, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Slivovitz, Sambuca, Calvados, Tequila. Which one did we? Didn't have a fourth, did we?
Right.
Hever Castle, Corfe Castle, Warwick Castle.
And
Bodiham, maybe?
Bodiam Castle? No. Crupnick. Lyre Castle? I'm not sure.
Never heard of it. Raby. Try Raby.
Raby Castle. Okay. No, look for the word ones. You got Viola Davis. Is Evan Davis someone?
Yeah.
Warwick Davis and yes.
Okay.
So it rules out one of the castles, doesn't it?
So we didn't have enough castles.
Yeah, we
Corfe
did.
is one letter from Corfu.
Corfe is also a castle.
Corfe Castle, Hever Castle.
I don't know the others though.
Try Calvados and Crupnick. No. Okay.
Liars are the
Balalaika,
balalaika.
and then right. I'm just going to start. Have a look for the other ones. I'm just going to start guessing.
There's a word in there somewhere, then, isn't there? No,
okay, so not stringed instruments. If you can change a letter to a U and get a place, Ruby, Corfu, Lure, and I don't know. Any more?
Bodrum is a place.
Bodrum, yeah, okay, so Corfu, Bodrum,
Try Hever because it's
Hever and
Crupnick.
Okay, no. I'm just going to start guessing, I think. You got anything?
I've got Calvados, Tequila, Sambuca. There must be one more as a drink.
Okay, that's the one I don't know.
10 seconds.
Okay,
Calvados,
Tequila, Sambuca and Slivovitz. Okay. I'm going to guess Balalaika for the last one.
That's your third life. The wall has frozen. Let me tell you, that was a nail-biting watch. You found two groups. Can you tell me the connections? Warwick, Miles, and so on.
Davises.
They are all Davises. And the next group, Hever, Raby, and so on.
Are they one letter off of Mediterranean resorts?
I'm afraid you're going to kick yourself. They're just castles. They are all castles, and you were looking for them to begin with, but you veered away. But you can get points for the connections of the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Balalaika, lyre, sambuca, zither.
Are those musical instruments?
Yes, those are the stringed instruments. And your nightmare is a sambuca is a sort of ancient harp from ancient Greece. And the last group, Calvados, Tequila, Slivovitz and Krupnik.
Alcoholic drinks?
They are the alcoholic drinks. Krupnik, a kind of Polish vodka. Slivovitz, a plum brandy. You're not drinking enough, frankly, is your... But it's not my problem, but it may be yours. You found two groups. You gave me 3 connections. That is a total of 5 points. Let's bring in their opponents now, give them the other wall, see how they get on. Volunteers, you'll be getting the water wall, 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
OK, Rosalind, police, says Constable Cup.
Is there loads of police,
Bobby,
though?
yeah, there's too many police. Yuri
okay.
is Brendan.
Well, Curie, it could be Curie. Are there any others?
Oh, yeah,
missing a
Curie.
first letter?
You've got painters as well.
Yeah, do you want to tell me
Constable,
some? Yeah.
Gainsborough,
Oh,
yeah.
Turner,
Yeah.
Sisley.
Are there any others?
England's 66 football team, you've
Yeah.
got Nobby Stiles, Gordon Banks,
Yeah.
Bobby Charlton, Jeff Hurst.
Yeah.
Any others?
Martin could
Martin?
be.
So
Yeah,
miss
try that
out-
5.
Miss out Jeff.
I mean,
Miss out Gordon. Yeah.
OK, nice, so that's 66
So-
football. So what have we got left of policemen? We can take Bobby out. We've got Rosa, Constable, Copper, Plod. Are there any others?
Constable, Copper, Plod.
We've got Constable,
Yeah, there
we've
you
got
go.
okay,
Right,
so the
3
police.
lives, remember.
And we've
So you've got
still got
Loch Ness.
artists, so we're not tapping yet.
Oh,
But
so you've got artists.
yeah, so Turner,
Yeah.
Gainsborough, Sisley, did you say?
Yeah.
And one other.
So
what
what
would
So-
link the others?
If you said Loch Ness, you've got Lake Erie.
What bodies of water?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So-
Have we had a word one yet?
No.
So people, policemen.
Curie.
No.
I keep saying, is there
Something
anything
that
else
could go
for
before it, something
Curie?
that could add something to. So for so we've got 3 guesses and we've got
So we
5
don't think Loch
options.
Ness and Uri. Shall I go for
Yeah, you might as well.
one of
Try
these?
Gordon or Kirk.
Okay. Turn these verses.
Do you want me to try Kirk?
Kirk, and then we'll have a think.
Yeah.
You've solved the wall. Very well done. No time for a think. Let's go through the connections. Tell me about the first group, Jeff, Nobby and so on.
66 England World Cup players.
Exactly so. Martin Peters, of course, was the last one you found there. And the next group, Copper, Plod and so on.
Words for police.
They are terms for police. And the next group, Turner, Sisley and so on.
Painters.
They are, and it's Eve Kirk. They're all British landscape artists. And the last group, Yuri, Ness, Gordon and Bervey.
I think the only thing we've got is something along bodies of water.
I can't take it. Are you just saying that because of Loch Ness?
Pretty much.
But yes, well, I can tell you, I was tempted for a moment because the answer I'm looking for is you can put Inver before them. For places in Scotland, Invery, Inverness, Invergordon, Inverbervie. And actually, there are bodies of water around the world, probably in Scotland with those names. There is a Loch Ness. I think Inverness might mean mouth of Loch Ness. There's a Gordon Lake or something in Canada, but too broad, I'm afraid. Inver is what I needed to hear. Nevertheless, you solved them all and you gave me 3 connection points. That is a total of 7. Let's have a look at the scores going into the final round. The volunteers have 11 points. The Solomons family have 16. And if you think this looks easy, then why don't you have a go? Please go to the website bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect alone or with a team to find out how to apply. We will now decide who stays in the competition and who goes home by playing the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. The first group of disguise clues are all things that people who don't like maths have nightmares about. Volunteers.
Trigonometry.
Correct. Volunteers.
Simultaneous equations.
Yes. Solomons.
Quadratic equations.
Yes, it is. Solomon's family.
Maths teachers.
Correct. Next category, reference books. Solomon's is?
Oxford English Dictionary.
Yes, it is. Solomon's?
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Correct. Volunteers?
Old Moore's Almanac.
Well done. Solomon's is?
Guinness World Records.
Correct. Next category, things called Go. Solomon's is?
Board game.
Correct. Solomon's is?
No, sorry.
No, you lose a point. Volunteers, do you know?
Pokemon game.
A Pokemon game. Next clue. Volunteers?
5 in Japanese.
Yes, it is. Solomon's is?
The starting square in Monopoly.
Very well done. Next category, attractions at the fun fair. Volunteers?
Helter Skelter.
Correct. Solomon's is?
Hall of Mirrors.
Yes, it is. Volunteers?
Waltzer.
Of course. That is the end of the quiz. What a good round 4. You're all very good at this. But we can only have one winner, by which I mean 3 winners on one team. And that team of 3 with 23 points is the Solomons family. Very well done. You are through to the next round. Volunteers, you finished with 18 points. What a lovely team. I'm really sorry to lose you. You've been great in the competition. Thank you for playing. And thank you for watching. Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the final episode of Michael Portillo's series on Chinese boat building. We've all enjoyed watching him learn the craft, literally week after week, putting the deck together, the sails, under the expert eye of China's greatest shipwrights. Well, this week, his vessel is finally ready. At last, Michael Portillo gets his junk out on a public beach. Right after this.